Hello everyone, good day. This is Charita Salabo from the BSED English 1B, and in this video I am going to introduce to you Charles F. Hackett and his 16 design features of languages. So who is Charles F. Hackett? Charles Hackett was an American linguist and anthropologist who lived from 1916 to 2000. Hackett graduated from Yale in 1939 and later taught at both Cornell and Rice. Hackett made significant contributions to structural linguistics as well as the study of Native American, Chinese, and Fijian languages. He was also an American linguist who developed many influential ideas in American structuralist linguistics. He represents the post-Bloomfieldian pace of structuralism, often referred to as contributionalism or taxonomic structuralism. His academic career spanned over half a century of Cornell and Rice universities. Hackett was also a firm believer of linguistics as a branch of anthropology, making contributions that were significant to the field of anthropology as well. So now let us move on to Charles Hackett's design features of languages. So first we have here the vocal. It is an auditory channel, refers to the idea that speaking or hearing is the mode of human use for languages. Broadcast transmission and directional reception. When humans speak, sounds are transmitted in all directions. However, listeners perceive the direction from which sounds are coming. Next is the transitoriness. It is also called rapid fading. Transitoriness refers to the temporary quality of language. Sound waves quickly disappear once a speaker stops speaking. Number 4, we have there the interchangeability. It refers to the idea that humans can give and receive identical linguistic signals. Total feedback. Speakers of a language can hear their own speech and can control and modify what they are saying as they say it. Next is specialization. The purpose of linguistics signals is to communicate or communication and not some other biological function. When humans speak or sign, it is generally intentional. Number 7 is semanticity. Specific sound signals are directly tied to certain meanings, the property of language that allows it to represent events, ideas, and actions, and objects symbolically, thereby endowing it with the capacity to communicate meaning. Next is arbitrariness. Spoken words are really nothing like the objects they represent. The fact that the meaning of linguistics signs is not predictable from its word form, nor it is the word form dictated by its meaning or function. It is not possible to deduce the underlying meaning from its word form. Another one is the discreteness. Linguistic representations can be broken down into small, discrete units which combine with each other in rule-governed ways. Another one is the displacement. It refers to the idea that humans can talk about things that are not physically present or that do not ever exist. Speakers can talk about the past and the future. Another one is the productivity. It refers to the idea that language users can create and understand novel utterances, the degree to which speakers of a language use a particular grammatical process, especially in word formation. It compares grammatical processes that are in frequent use to less frequently used ones that tend towards lexicalizations. Traditional or cultural transmission. The idea that while humans are born with innate language capabilities, language is learned after birth in a social setting. Number 13 is duality of patterning, meaning messages are made up of distinct smaller meaningful units, words and morphemes, which themselves are made up of distinct smaller meaningful units, phonemes. Another one is the prevarication. Prevarication is the ability to lie or deceive, the ability to lie or deceive. When using language, humans can make false or meaningless statements. This is an important distinction made of human communication in the language as compared to the animal communication. Another is the reflexiveness. Reflexiveness is the humans can use language to talk about language. Speakers of a language are able to have knowledge about their language and be able to reflect upon it. Last is the the number 16 is the learnability language. It is a teachable and learnable, the formal study of language acquisition in a mathematical and computational setting. It attempts to precisely specify the mechanisms of language learning, characterize the conditions that make language acquisitions feasible, and provide guidance for the empirical research and child language development.